Hello students, I hope you all are doing good. Students, my name is Astha Singh and today I am here with the most important topic of English language, and that is tenses. A good understanding of this topic will not only help you in your examination but also it will help you in establishing effective communication. So let's start. So students, the first question that arises here is, what is tense? So tense is basically a verb-based method that is used to indicate the time of an action or state in relation with the time of speaking. In simpler words, we can say that tenses shows us the time something has happened or is going to happen. So I hope you all have understood what tense is. Now let's move further. Students, there are three main tenses, and that is past tense, present tense and future tense. So let's discuss all these three tenses one by one. So students, the first tense is past tense. So when do we use past tense? Past tense is used to describe the things that have already happened. For example, you can see here, we saw a cricket match, and the other example, I ate pizza yesterday. So students, past tense is further divided into four parts, and that is simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense and past perfect continuous tense. By the way, one more thing which I want to tell you is, some people pronounce it as continuous. But students, I want to tell you, this is not continuous, this is continuous. So these are the four types of past tense which we are going to study in detail in this video. So this video is going to be all about past tense. So students, first tense is simple past tense. Students, simple past tense is used when we talk about an action that has already happened, an action that has finished at some point in past. For example, yesterday, last Monday, 5 years ago, in 1996, something has already happened. For example, Vandana called me yesterday. In this sentence, we are talking about an action that has already happened. So I hope it is clear to you that what is simple past tense and where do we have to use it. So let's start with the structure of these sentences. So the first type of these sentences is affirmative sentences, or as some people call it, positive sentences. So let's just see the structure of positive sentences. So first of all, let me tell you what is structure. Students, structure is basically the arrangement of sentence, like where we have to keep the subject, where we have to keep the verb, where we have to keep the object. So let's just see the structure. In affirmative sentences, first of all we have to place the subject. After that we have to place the second form of verb, and then we have to place the object. For example, you can see here, I slept well last night. First of all, we place the subject, then V2. V2 is what? V2 is the second form of verb. So after the subject, we will place the second form of verb, and then we will place the object. I slept well last night. So I hope this structure is clear to you. Now let's move to the second type of sentences, that is negative sentences. The structure of negative sentences is subject, did not, V1 and object. Why are we using V1 here? Students, in the affirmative sentences we were using V2, but in negative sentences we will use did not and V1 with the did not. For example, I did not sleep well last night. Subject, did not, V1 and then object. Students, I have taken the same example so that you can understand the transformation of the sentence, how it is going, how it is changing from affirmative to negative, negative to interrogative. So, first of all, in negative sentences we will use subject, then we will use did not, then we will use V1, that is first form of verb, and then we will use object. So I hope the structure of negative sentence is clear to you. Now let's move to the next type of sentence, that is interrogative sentences. Students, interrogative sentences are of mainly two types. First one is yes no type and second one is question word type. So I hope you know what yes no type and question word type interrogative sentences are, but let me just explain it in brief to you. Yes no type questions are the questions in which you have to give the answer only in either yes or no. That is a yes no type question. And when we talk of question word type question, Question word type of question is a question in which question words are there. So, for example, what, how, when, who. These type of questions are called question word type questions. So let's just see the structure of these type of questions, because the structure in both the type of question is different. For example, in yes no type question, we are moving from negative sentences now. So we just have to do one thing. This did will come here in the beginning. So in yes no type question, first of all we will place did, then we will place subject, then V1, that is first form of verb, and then object. Let's see the example. Did you not sleep well yesterday? First of all we have used did, then subject, then first form of verb, and then object. I hope this is clear to you now. And the next type of sentence is question word type sentences. In these type of sentence, the structure is a little different. In these type of sentences, question word comes in the beginning. So we'll start with question word, then we'll place did, then subject, then V1, and then object. Let us see an example. What did he eat in the breakfast? First of all, we have placed question word here, then did, then subject, then V1, and then object. So students, these were the structures of all the type of sentences in simple past tense. So I hope with this simple past tense is clear to you. Past continuous tense. Students, this tense is used when we have to talk about something that was in the middle of happening in the past, an action that was in the progress in the past. For example, you were playing cricket. This was an action that was happening in the past and it was in the progress in past. So I hope you have understood when do we have to use past continuous tense. Now let's start with the structure. So the first type of sentence is affirmative sentences or positive sentences. So the structure here is subject, helping verb, that is was or were, because this is a past tense. So the helping verb will be either was or were. Then first form of verb, ing, and then object. So let us see in the example. But before moving to the example, the helping verb is written here was or were. I hope that you know where do you have to use was or where you have to use were, but let me just explain it. So was you have to use with singulars and were you have to use with plurals. But there is an exception, and what is that exception? You. With you will always use were. So I hope it is clear to you. So let's see the example to understand the structure. She was eating a sandwich. She was eating a sandwich. What is the structure here? First of all, we have used subject. After that, was, were, that is helping verb, because it is a singular, that is why we have used was. After that, first form of verb with ing and then object. So it is justifying the structure. So I hope you have understood how we have to form the affirmative or positive sentences in this tense. Now let's move to the next type of sentences, that is negative. You don't have to do anything in negative sentences, just one simple thing, because it is negative. So we have to use not. And where we have to place that not? We have to place that not after this helping verb. So the structure will be same as affirmative sentences. Only one thing that we have to change is not. We have to place the not after the helping verb. For example, she was not eating a sandwich. Subject, was were, that is helping verb, and right after the helping verb we have to use not, and then V1 plus ing and then object. So I hope this structure is clear to you. Now let's move to the next type of sentences, that is interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences, I have already told you that interrogative sentences are of two types, yes no type and WH type. So see, first of all we will see the structure of yes no type questions. In yes no type questions, what we have to do? See, all the structures are forming from this structure only. What we did in negative sentences, we just use not after the helping verb, and in interrogative sentences what we will be using, we just take the helping verb and we will place it here. We just have to keep the helping verb in the beginning of the sentence. You can see here, first of all we have to place the helping verb, that is either was or were, then we have to place the subject, then we have to place the V1 and ing and then object. Let us see the example. Was she eating a sandwich? And then question mark. So I hope you have understood how you have to place the structure, how you have to place the things in a interrogative sentences. Now let's see the next type of interrogative sentences, that is a question word type interrogative sentences. What do you have to do in these type of questions? First of all, you have to write the question word sentence, question word. Students, whenever we will be having a question word question in front of us, question word sentence in front of us, first of all, always we have to use the question word. The sentence will begin from the question word. So you can see here, first of all, we will be using question word. After that, our helping verb. After that, a subject, and then V1 plus ing. After that, object, and then question mark. Let's see the example here. What was she eating? Question word, was verb, subject, and then V1 plus ing. So students, I hope you have understood what the structure of past continuous tense. Students, you don't need to just learn these formulas. You just don't need to just learn the structures. Try to understand the structure. Because it is past, that is why we have used this helping verb, either was or were. And this thing you have to keep in mind, because it is in continuation. The verb that we are talking about is in continuation. That is why we are using ing, and ing we always use with the first form of verb. So try to understand the structure of the sentence rather than just rote learning. So I hope the past continuous tense is past perfect tense. Students, this tense is used for an action completed before a certain point in the past, or an action completed before another action happened. So let's understand this with the help of an example. He had eaten the breakfast. So the task of eating the breakfast had already done. And the other thing that I told you, that this tense is used for an action completed before another action. So the example is, he had taken his food before he went to school. Two actions are happening in these sentences. First one, that he has taken his food, and the other action, he went to school. So let us see the structure of these type of sentences. So let's start for the first sentence, affirmative sentences. How we will form these sentences? The one thing that you have to keep in your mind is, because it is past, so we will use the helping verb of past, that is had, and perfect tense, you just have to keep one thing in mind, and that is third form of verb, that is V3. So let's see the structure. He had gone out. So first of all, you have to place the subject. After that, you have to place the helping verb, that is had in case of this tense, and then you have to use the V3, that is third form of verb, and then object. I hope it is clear to you. Now here comes the second case of this tense, in which one action gets completed before the other action. So how you have to make the structure of that sentence? Look here. The action that gets finished first. Two actions are happening, two actions are occurring in this sentence. So the action that gets finished first, for that action you have to use had plus V3, and the other action that is happening later, that gets finished later on, for that you have to use V2. For that action we will be making in simple past tense, that is V2. For example, the patient had died before the doctor came. I hope you can see the board. Yes. The patient had died before the doctor came. So the first thing, that the first action that happened here is the patient died. So this sentence we have to make in had plus third form. The patient had died before, the later on the doctor came. So the coming of doctor, this action is performing later on. So for this action we will be using second form of verb. This action we will be making in simple past tense. So the patient had died, had plus V3, before the doctor came. We have to use V2 here. So I hope the structure of this sentence is clear to you. Now let's move to the next type of sentence, that is negative sentence. In negative sentence, just like you did in the simple past and past continuous tense, you have to do the same thing. Just take the helping verb and place not after the helping verb. The structure is same as the affirmative sentences. First of all, you have to place the subject, after that had, after that not, and then V3 and then object. For example, I have taken the same sentence, he had not gone out. So the structure of negative sentence is very simple and it is similar in all the tenses. You just have to place the not after the helping verb. Now let's move to the next type of sentences, that is interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, if it is yes no type, what we have to do? I have told you this also earlier. Just look at the structure of affirmative sentences and take the helping verb and put it in the beginning of the sentence. Same thing you have to do here. Just take this had and put it in the beginning. Had, subject, V3, object, question mark. For example, had he gone out? I hope the structure is clear to you. Now let's move to the next type of interrogative sentences, and that is question word. So in these type of sentences, first of all you have to place the question word as I have told you in the previous tense also, that wherever there is question word in the sentence, that sentence will begin from that question word only. So first of all we have to place the question word. After that we have to place the head, then subject, then V3 and then object, and we have to end these sentences with question mark. For example, where had he gone? So students, that was it for the structure of past perfect tense. So the key point of this tense is had plus V3. All the structures of all the three type of sentences will be revolving around this formula, had plus V3. So I hope you have understood that how you have to make the structure of past perfect continuous tense. Students, this tense is used for an action that started in past, continued for some time, and then also ended in the past. For example, he had not been doing any work for 2 days. That means this action of not working started in past, continued for 2 days, and then also ended in the past. So I hope you have understood. Now let's quickly move to the structure of this tense. So the first type of sentences is affirmative sentences or positive sentences. One more thing, students, that you have to keep in your mind is that in this type of sentences, time reference is given, and for time reference we will be using either since or for. And when we will be using since and when we will be using for? Since we have to use when a certain point of time is given. When an exact time is given, then we will be using since, and when a time duration is given, then we will be using for. It will be clear further with the examples. So let's just see the examples. For affirmative sentences, the structure is subject, had been, first form of verb, ing, object, and then time reference. For time reference, we will be using either since or for, and then time. For example, as I told you earlier, for exact time we have to use since, and for duration we have to use for. Let's see the example. She had been shopping in that shop for 5 hours. Students, 5 hours. 5 hours is what? Is it the exact timing? No. It is the time duration. So, to represent the time duration, we will be using for. So, see the structure. Subject, first of all, we will use subject, then had been, then first form of verb, and then ing. After that, we will be using object, and then time reference. Since and for, and then time. So, this was the structure for affirmative or positive sentences. Now, let's move to the negative sentences. Students, just like the all other sentences that we have read previously, simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, in negative sentences all we have to do is we have to put the not after the helping verb. So same thing we will be doing here also. Subject, had, and after the had we have to put not. The rest of the structure will be same as the affirmative sentences. Let's just quickly see the example. She had not been preparing for exams since January. She had not been. After the head, after the helping verb, we have to place not, and rest of the structure will be same as the affirmative sentences. I hope it is clear to you. Now let's move to the next type of sentences, that is interrogative sentences. So in interrogative sentences, when we have to talk about yes/no type questions, the structure is different, and when we have to talk about question word type question, the structure is different. So let's see the structure of yes/no type questions first. As we have done previously, we have to do the same thing. The helping verb we have to place in the beginning. Same thing we'll be doing here. Just take this helping verb and put it in the beginning. Had, he, been, first form of verb, and then ing, and then object, time frame. For time frame we'll be using since and for, and then object, and past perfect continuous tense. Students, this tense is used for an action that started in past, continued for some time, and then also finished in past. Let's see the example to understand this tense. he had not been doing any work for 2 days. So the action here is not working. So this action started in past and then it continued for 2 days and then it also ended in the past. So I hope you have understood where we have to use past perfect continuous tense. So let's just quickly see the structure of this tense. So the first type of sentences are affirmative or positive sentences. First of all, we have to place subject, after that had been, after that the first form of verb and then ing, object, and this thing is called time reference. Students, in this type of tense, time reference is very important because in this type of tense, in every sentence time reference is given, that action is continued for this point of time. So to show the time reference, we will be using two things, either since or for. And where do we have to use it? When a certain time is given, when exact time is given, then we will be using since, and when there is duration given, then we will be using for. For example, January is what? That is a exact time. Monday, that is what? That is exact time. For that we will be using since, and for 2 days, 4 months, 3 years, this is what? This is the duration, and for duration we will be using for. So let's just see the structure of affirmative sentences. First of all, we have to place the subject, after that had been, first form of verb and then ing, after that object and then time reference. For time reference, we will be using either since or for and then the time. Example here is, she had been shopping in the shop for 5 hours. Why have we used for? Because the time that is given is a duration. The time is not certain, it is not exact, it is the duration. Now let's move to the negative sentences. Students, as we have read this in previously also, to make the negative sentences, what we have to do? We just have to place the not after the helping verb. We did the same thing in simple past tense also, we did the same thing in past continuous tense also. So we will be doing the same thing here also. Same structure will be followed. All we have to do is place the not after the helping verb. Subject, and after the helping verb we have to place not. So this is the structure. What is the example? She had not preparing for exams since January. If we have to make the negative of this sentence, it will be, they had not been preparing for exams since January. She had not been shopping in that shop for 5 hours. So I hope the negative also clear to you. Now let's move to the next type of sentence, that is interrogative sentence. Students, for interrogative sentence, I have told you previously also, if we have to make yes no type question, the structure will be same as affirmative. What we have to do is, we just have to take the helping verb and put it in the beginning of the sentence. For example, you can see here, this is the structure of affirmative sentence. Just take the had and put it in the beginning. So the structure will be like, had she been preparing for exams since January, and then we have to end the sentence with a question mark. If we have to make the interrogative of this sentence, what will be used? How will we make it? The sentence will be like, had she been shopping in that shop for 5 hours, and then we'll end the sentence with question mark. So I hope yes no type question is clear to you. Now the next type is question word type. So in question word type, as I told you previously also, wherever there will be a question word type question, first of all you have to place that question word. These type of sentences will always start from the question word. So first of all we have to place the question word, after that helping verb, after that first form of verb, ing, object, and then time frame. For example, who had been preparing for exams since January. So students, that was it for the past tense. I hope that this tense is clear to you now, and now you would be able to solve all the questions based on this tense. In the next class, we will be discussing present tense. So till then, keep learning and stay safe. Thank you, students.